In this video, we're going to look at solving a quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. So this is a basic example, but this applies to much more difficult examples with much larger coefficients. As a reminder, quadratic formula solves for x that makes the quadratic 0, and it is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So all we have to do is identify the a, b, and c in this problem, and we'll be finished. So a is the coefficient of x squared, so a equals 1. b is the coefficient of x, so b equals 8. And c is whatever our constant coefficient is. In this case, it's 2. And there's our a, b, and c. So now x equals negative 8 for b, plus or minus the square root of negative 8 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which was 2, all over 2 times 1. Now it is important to do all over, that it's this whole piece up here is the whole numerator, equals negative 8 plus or minus the square root. Negative 8 squared is a positive 56, minus 4 times 2 is minus 8. Sorry, negative 8 squared is 64. That's a step ahead. All over 2 times 1, which is 2. Negative 8 plus or minus the square root of 56 all over 2. And now we're going to simplify completely. So what we want to do in that piece under the radical, since it's not a perfect square itself, we look to see if it has any factors that are perfect squares. So for instance, I can pull a 4 out of here and rewrite this as 4 times 14. Now, 14 can be factored further, but it has no perfect squares as factors, so that's as far as we need to go. Now the property of exponents we'll be using here is we can split up a radical over multiplication. So I can rewrite this as the square root of 4 times the square root of 14 all over 2. Square root of 4, we know, it's just 2. So we can rewrite this as negative 8 plus or minus 2 times the square root of 14 all over 2. Now, it's very tempting to just cancel this 2 and this 2. We can't do that. But there's a factor of 2 in both terms on top, so that's good. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to factor a 2 out of the top and rewrite it as minus 4 plus or minus rad 14 all over 2. And now we can cancel because now we have a product. So our simplified answer is minus 4 plus or minus rad 14. And that's nice and simplified, and that's as far as we can go. So those are the two zeros, one for plus, one for minus, of our quadratic.